Hello everyone, my name's Mohammed. I'm here reporting on the Salford City AFC match here. So Salford City are playing here. Obviously they're in the National League North. They've got a good chance of promotion possibly to the National League, which would be fantastic for them because it's only one league below league football. So I'm going to be chatting to some fans here just to find out how they feel about the match. So Salford City are currently leading 1-0. So just some kids here who I'm going to talk to. What's your name?
Joel.
Hi Joe, how you doing? You alright?
Yeah, thank you.
So is this your first time at a Salford City FC match, or?
Yeah, first time.
First time ever, really?
Yeah.
How'd you find it?
It's good. It's fun.
Yeah. What do you think of how did Salford play today? Were they good, or were they like or just average?
They deserve to be more than 1-0 up, I think.
Do you think they should be winning like 3 or 4-0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through the chances they've had, yeah.
Do you think they've got a real chance of promotion this year? Because they are at the moment they're fourth in the league. So.
Yeah, because like they've got good players and like they've got a good chance of winning like most of the matches, so it's good.
And what do you think about the managers and manager and the ownership? You're obviously owned by Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, some great names, obviously.
Because like they're such big players like Paul Scholes and stuff, it's good for them, for like just to go boost, because like you've got to look up to them as their like inspiration.
Fantastic, great. Cheers, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, fantastic. So we've interviewed one fan. We're just waiting for the end of the match. As I said, Salford is winning 1-0. Should they win this match, they'll go up to second place, I believe, in the National League. So only the top team is promoted to the National League, and the others get to play through the playoffs. So obviously they've got a really good chance. The club has a really good, a feel-good mood about it because obviously it was given a lot of press coverage last year when Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Gary Neville each bought stakes in it. So since then it's been getting a lot of good positive press coverage, and they obviously feel very good. Quite a reasonable atmosphere too, as you can probably hear in the background. Lots of people cheering their team on. A lot of people here aren't just Salford City supporters, but they're just people who live in the area of Salford who just thought, we'll come here because the tickets are really cheap as well. Families have come here too, lots of kids here, £3 tickets, so fantastic, and it's a real family-friendly atmosphere. So while I'm here, I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of the club. So the club was formed in 1940 as Salford Central FC Club, progressed steadily through the local leagues, then into the Manchester League. So it's been around the lower leagues for most of its history. Recently, in 2014, the owners agreed to sell an 80% stake to former Manchester United players, Ryan Giggs, Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt. And since then, it's been able to improve the stadium, hire better players. It's been improving. It's been climbing up the leagues, and now it's got a serious chance of promotion. I think what is really striking here is that there's a lot of people who are not natural Salford City FC fans here. Lots of young people, lots of people who've just told me that they are not necessarily natural fans. They're just curious, and I think that's really good because it's going to help the club develop a fan base, which is going to be really important because you'll be able to sell more tickets and have a great revenue pool in the future. But it's full time, so it's 1-0 to Salford FC. Okay, so we should be able to chat to some of the players. So I've got Michael Nottingham here. He's part of the first team. Right, so we've got Michael Nottingham here. How are you doing?
I'm alright, yeah. Good win, wasn't it?
Great, fantastic. What do you think of the club's performance today? I mean, you won 1-0, so...
I think it took us a while to get going. We went in at half-time, dressed the things up needs. And I think we put things right in the second half. I think we controlled it a bit better. And we got the job done in the end, got 3 points. That was the main thing, wasn't it?
What did the gaffer say to you at half-time? Did you just say go as you are or be more attacking?
I said start playing a bit more, have a bit more freedom, have a bit more confidence, start playing through the middle and stuff, get our main players on the ball and start opening the spaces, and that's basically what we tried to do.
Fantastic. I mean, obviously the club's got a good chance of promotion this season. What do you think of that?
Well, we're second in the league and we're still pushing. We'll just take one game at a time, keep trying to get the 3 points, and hopefully they slip up on the way. And we'll just take one game at a time. We'll see what happens. I think we've got a good chance. I think we'll definitely end up in the playoffs if we keep doing what we're doing. But you never know. Like, we can still win this league as well. just keep pushing.
What do you think of the ownership? Because obviously you had, I think recently you were bought by Ryan Giggs, David Beckham, Paul Scholes. I mean, it must be quite an inspiration to be working closely with.
Oh yeah, it's all
people of that
exciting.
calibre.
Yeah, it's exciting having them people around, and I think they bring a lot of exposure to the club. And obviously, they've made the club go in the right direction, and that's why we're doing so well. So yeah, it's good having them behind us, and I think it's only going to get better. So yeah.
Thanks, Michael. Keep going.
No worries, thank you, mate. You too.
So, having talked to some of the players, some of the fans, there seems to be a real feel-good atmosphere around this club at the moment. Everyone's really confident. They're all looking forward. The players, obviously, as I talked to Michael Nottingham just there, he feels really confident about the future. So, the club's got a good chance of promotion, you might say. So, I mean, all you can do is wish them luck, and we'll see what happens.